From Balmain to Dolce&Gabbana, we saw how the SS 2012 runway was filled with bold prints. Whether it is a tropical print, botanical floral, or geometric prints, bold patterns and color blocks are definitely set for popularity in the spring and summer 2012. This dress that we're about to show you how to make is a very simple boat neck top with no special opening. The length comes up to mid-thigh and has an H-line shape that does not expose too much of the figure. You can also purchase this dress at www.q2hans.tumblr.com. We'll put the link below the description box. So hope you enjoy and stay tuned. First, draw a straight line which will represent the center of the bodies. Then lay your favorite top on top of the line that you have just drawn and make sure the line matches the center of your top. We're only going to trace the half of the top since they are symmetrical on both sides. So let's start tracing the front and back of the neck, shoulder, armhole, and the side seam. Check the shape of the armhole by lifting up and down the garment. If you achieve the concave shape, then you're correct. The bottom hem of the dress can have a straight line or slightly curved line as it goes towards the side seam. It all depends on your preference. For us, we chose to have a slightly curved hem as it reaches towards the side seam. We decided to drop the front neck a little bit lower than our original top. If you also want to drop the front neckline like us, simply mark your desired length of the center front neck at the center line and draw and blend the line until it reaches the tip of the shoulder. When you're tracing the sleeve armhole, it should end up with a letter S-like shape. We will recommend using a tracing wheel to trace it rather than using the method that we use to trace the armhole of the top. Tracing wheel is a device that has a roller with sharp, pointy tips that helps to leave trace on the paper. Then later we can go over the trace with pencil so that it is more visible. Make sure the underarm and the center of the arm is straight. Now let's give them a seam allowance. To clean finish front and back neckline and the hem of the dress, we're going to create a facing. Facing is simply a layer of fabric that is attached to the inside of a garment to neaten the raw edges and provide reinforcement of the garment. We're going to create a 2-inch width of the facing. So lay a paper on top of the dress hem and trace everything including the center line, hem, and the side seam, but only until it reaches 2 inches in width. Again, for the neck facing, place a paper on top of the neck and trace everything including the center line, neckline, and the shoulder until it reaches 2 inches in width. Do the same thing for the front neck as well. you have already noticed, all the center lines of the patterns are on fold, meaning they won't have a seam line. Therefore, when you're placing your pattern on top of a folded fabric, make sure the center line of the pattern matches the folded line of the fabric. Place the front bodies on top of the back bodies with correct side facing together and sew the side seam and the shoulder. For the sleeve, fold the sleeve in half with correct side facing together and sew the underarm seam. To clean finish the hem of the sleeve, fold it in 1/4 inch twice. Now sew the sleeve armhole into the body's armhole with correct side facing together. Make sure the underarm line matches with the side seam of the bodies. For the facings that we have created, we're going to spray no fray spray all over the edges to make sure the raw edges of the facing won't fray. We're going to place a paper on top of the fabric to make sure we spray only along the edges. Once you're finished, sew the shoulder seam of the front and back neck facing together, and then sew the side seam of the front and back hem facing. With the correct side facing together, sew the front neckline of the bodies with the front neck facing. The seam allowance will be a 1/4 inch. Continue the exact same step for the hem of the dress. Once you're finished with sewing the facings to the garment, press the raw edges of seam allowance towards the facing. Make sure to clip each corners of the raw edges seam allowance on the neck area for better ease and comfortable fit. Finally, top stitch on top of the facing close to the seam. This process will help the facing to lay flat on the inside of the garment rather than sticking out. This H-line dress can be easily incorporated into office wear, formal wear, or for parties and night outs. The colors are screaming for spring and is full of energy and excitement. The key to this dress is the combination of the simplicity in the construction of the dress and the vibrant and delicious colors. Hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and please make sure to follow our blog. We'll post a link down below the description box. Also, if you would like to purchase this dress, please follow our Tumblr. The link to it will also be posted down below the description box. As always, have fun and thanks for watching.